that time of the week again already. It's Code and Colour. We're back for another episode. And do you know what it is today, Josh? It's International Men's Day. So, happy International Men's Day to you, Josh. Yeah.
Happy birthday, brothers.
Happy birthday. That's soon, though. Soon is my birthday. 3 days. 3 days. I'll be 31. Well and truly into my 30s now. Hideous. How's things, Joshua?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Been playing. I haven't told you this, but this is quite a funny story to tell. I play a lot of DayZ with my father, as you're well aware. And
yes. And your brother as well?
Yes, he's now in it as well. And we got to a stage where obviously DayZ is a game where you can just play it however you want to play it. You just survive. So the whole aim of the game is to survive.
Yeah.
And essentially, we'd done pretty much everything on the game. We teamed up. We done what there is to do it. And then all of a sudden there was a big server wipe, and it was like, oh, that was really annoying. And then Dad went, right, you two versus me. You've got to find me on this map, and if you kill me, I'll give you 20 quid. So essentially,
that's so good.
I've been seek and destroying my own father. I haven't found him yet because there's 500 kilometers of map, but I've been looting up as I've been bobbing along. I'm like, you know what? Am I going to get him with a sniper? Am I going to set a bear trap over here? And it's tense because he's like a 1500 hour kind of guy. He's got so many hours in this game. He knows absolutely everything to do with the game, and I feel like I'm on a losing battle, but it's fun to be like, I'm coming for you with my sawn off. And like, we played it last night, and we were on Discord, and obviously not telling each other where we was, and Dad's like, you know, have you wrote your obituary yet? And I was like, I'm looking for like the cheekiest thing to smash your head in, father. And it was like, it was like, what do you mean? It was, what have you found? I was like, street lamp. I'm gonna go with that. And he was just like cracking up down the phone. He was like, where are you? And he was like, I'll tell you my location so it's easy for you. I was like, no, I'll find you. I'm coming. And like,
is there ways of tracking him?
We have a map that there's it's like a third party map that's called I Survive, and we're in a group where you can just like put a marker on the map and it tells you where you are. So what he's doing, because he's like, let me make it a little bit easier for you so you know where I am, and then we can.
I mean, 500 kilometers is a lot. Square kilometers, right?
And you walk him for the most part, unless you fix up a car. So you're just walking across the whole map, and
I'm also assuming you've still got to deal with zombies.
Yes, you've got to deal with that. We are on a server that's not got other players on it. It's just us three, so it's not ridiculously difficult because my dad pays for a server. We're on that server, and I'm just hunting him down and just talking smack to him the whole time. I'm like, I'm going to do you with a Glock. I've got a bat here. I'm going to go full Walking Dead. And he's just like, you have to find me first.
Yeah, but he's also looting up, right?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, but the thing is, he lives and breathes DayZ. So, like, I can get on it, like, probably once, twice a week. He's pretty much on it every night. And
he's a retired man, isn't he?
Yeah. He just started, and he was just like, oh, I've just been to the airfield, which is notoriously, like, end game, like, high-level stuff. When you go to the airfield, you're getting, like, M16s and AKs and, you know, the big boy loot with, you know, bigger backpacks and stuff. So he's like, oh, I've already at the airfield. I've been bobbing around up there. And I'm like, I'm going to die and not see this coming. So, you know, and he's like, me and Jake were together. And I said to Jake, I said, oh, yeah, we'll get him. And he went, Josh, you're useless on this game. And I was like, I'm going to kill you.
Josh, there's not many games you're not useless on, to be honest.
It's just fun, though, isn't it? You know,
it is fun. But Josh and I played a lot of Helldivers with him and his brother. And, you know, Josh, you know, your spatial awareness when you're in a mech is awful, isn't it?
I'm going to stand by this, and I'd like our fans to sort of like, you know, lean in on this. If you're in a giant 15-foot mech that's just a death machine, do you think that you should be walking directly behind it or in its path or anywhere?
But why are you going backwards in a mech?
Because there might be something behind me that I need to shoot.
Well, then turn around.
I do. And then when I turn around, you go, bright eyes, and then get eviscerated. And I'm like, and then you're like, Josh, why did you kill me? I was like, because you were stood directly behind me. So, yeah. Should you stand behind me? Yes
You're
or no?
Hideous, man. I despise everything about you. But to be fair, in the I guess in the respect of zombies, whilst we're on topic, I too have been playing a zombie game, of course. I think I mentioned it last week, Last of Us. So obviously I've started replaying the very first Last of Us game, the remake version. Fantastic. Obviously loved it. Really good. But once you finish it, obviously you get the new game plus, and you can do the speed run, and you can also unlock the, what is it, gameplay
Modifiers.
Modifiers. That's it. Cheats. They're
Yeah.
cheats, right? You can get unlimited ammo, and you can get one shot, and all that stuff. So I put them all on. I thought this would be a laugh. Anyway, speed run the game in 4 hours. I got from, I think it was less than that. I got from the very first bit, the very first thing you do when you and Tess are walking down the alleyway, to meeting Henry and Sam in an hour. And it kind of puts into perspective a little bit, right? The game isn't that long at all. It's because you've got to maneuver these awful, awful things, and the cutscenes take up a lot of time in these games. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, and you're very sort of like methodical with stuff, aren't you? Because you get to a situation and there's like
obviously
people all over at shop, and you're like, right, I'm gonna take my time with this. I'm gonna stealth do this. I'm gonna do that. But then when you can walk in and one shot them straight in the face, it's just like, oh.
Yeah, when you go to the bit with the gymnasium and you see the bloater for the first time, and like Ellie, Joel, and Bill are all blah blah blah. You know, guys, a bloater, and I just went bang, dead, won it. It removes the threat a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it really does. But yeah, awesome game. Honestly, it was like a brand new game. Especially they'd added some stuff that I wasn't aware, and Josh obviously hadn't made me aware because he played it before me. But yeah, the stalkers being in the first game was threw me.
Yeah, when you're in the sewer bit, and you go underground, and like
what was Sam? Yeah,
oh yeah, yeah. I hated the stalkers in the second game, and finding out they were in the first game, and I was like, as soon as it happened, I was like, I'm fairly sure they were introduced in the second game, and yeah, they were added.
They 100% were. Yeah, if they'd have added a shambler, I'd have been like, right, this game needs to. What is happening? Yeah, I mean, they were hideous as well. But yeah, no, really good. Honestly, genuinely feels like a brand new game. They've added so much like little details to the game. It's just awesome, isn't it? So big fan of that, to be honest. And with all of that distraction, what we have yesterday? What came out yesterday, Joshua? What? Not game. Well, news yesterday. That's I think has caused some mild upset between the pair of us, isn't it?
It would be some award season stuff, wouldn't it?
It is, yes. Game of the Year award nominations have come out. And I actually voted yesterday. I didn't realise you could actually vote. For all the years that I've been into the Game of the Year awards, I did not know you couldn't vote. Did you know that?
I saw a friend had voted and thought, oh, that's cool. I don't know how they did that. And then kind of forgot about it. But yes, I didn't know you could do it up until like a week ago, whenever it came out.
So, I mean, there's a lot of awards, like categories you can, obviously, that are available to, vote for. You can vote for them all. Some of them I'm a bit like, it is what it is. Like mobile game. I did, to be fair, I don't know if I've been telling you this, but I've been banging out the new Pokemon trading card game that they put on that you can get on phone. So good. So good. So I've been playing a lot of that. Obviously I voted for that. But then we had, best narrative is Final Fantasy, Like a Dragon, Metaphor. I'll be honest, I don't know what Metaphor is. Probably should look that up. Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2, best narrative. What else was there? That was best game direction. What else? There was loads of them that I was just a bit like, ongoing games like Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy. Oh Jesus, 14, I think that is. Fortnite, and then Helldivers 2. I'm very sorry. I obviously did vote for Fortnite. I was torn, obviously, between that and Helldivers, as they're the only.
You should have voted Helldivers.
Yeah, but
you should have voted with your chest, not your heart.
Joshua, I don't put 1,700 hours into a game to not vote for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, not that I think Fortnite need it. To be fair, I think Helldivers probably deserve it, and I hope that they do. But that's for me to decide. Anyway. Of course, the big one is the Game of the Year itself. Because Because it's not actually called Game of the Year Awards, is it? It's the Game Awards. And the Game of the Year is the big one. So, 6 games. Astrobot.
Many points of contention.
Well, let's list the games and then we'll go through them.
Okay.
Some of them I'll agree with. Astrobot, of course. Balatro.
No idea.
Balatro. See, okay. That's a point we can discuss in a minute. Balatro, I'll be honest, I don't know what it is. I'm looking at it now, and it's like a deck building poker game. How did we get there? Right? So we've got Balatro. We've got... Yeah, honestly, you should have a look. We've also got Black Myth Wukong, of course.
Yeah, understandable.
I am convinced that will win.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think... Anyway, here we go. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. Let's save our opinions.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And then Metaphor. ReFantazio, which is an anime game. I did look that up last night. So that's why we've not heard of those 2 games, because I'm not going to be sat there playing an independent Steam poker game. I don't have Steam, so I wouldn't play that. And Metaphor, it's an anime game. Sorry. There are some that I like. This isn't one of them. Honestly, I think they were scraping the barrel with the nominees this year. I really do think that we've not had a massive year for gaming, but there has been a few snubs.
Well, did Season come out this year?
No, Season came out last year.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been. Even so, that could have been nominated for independent game, which I did vote for on that one, and I voted for neither.
So obviously there's a few points. One is...
Let's talk about the games that we've got before we talk about a few snubs.
Yeah, no, not this. Yes, I'm talking about the games we got. So, first of all, Astro's going to win. Astro needs to win. Astro should win, and all the love that Astro gets should get more of it.
I agree. I could not agree more, actually.
A close second would be... what was the other ones? There's not the Metaphor, not the card, not the anime one. Erd Tree, I don't think it should get it. And I had this discussion with Jake. He says it should because it is a game, but it is a DLC. And I know
it's a DLC.
I know. They unlocked. They added the rules of you could vote for a DLC game, but it is a DLC because then the point comes in: do you vote for Phantom Liberty? Because that's a DLC, and
arguably a really good DLC as well.
Yeah,
there's so many games that have had a decent DLC. That should get a nomination for. I don't think this. I just don't.
But we're scraping the barrel again. Like, why are we?
We obviously have. But then there's been okay, and we've also got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is a remake.
Yeah, which
right?
Okay, I can deal with that. If it was a remake, if it was a remaster,
I can't because the Last of Us games didn't get nominated last year.
But that's a remaster.
Okay, but Last of Us 1 was a remake. The one that came out last year was a remake.
Yeah, but it's not changed.
It's a remake.
But it's not a significant remake versus Resident Evil 2 versus Resident Evil 2 remake. They are completely different. Like Mafia 1, the Mafia remake, 2 completely different games.
Yeah. I think
Final Fantasy VII Retrograde, Regade, whatever it is, whatever the 3 are completely different games. Might have a similar story, but are completely different games.
I'll be honest, I think Black Myth or Astrobot deserve to win.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Black Myth Wukong, I would be happy to see win. If I had to, I think we both agree we want Astrobot to win, and I think it deserves to win because it's a cry away from the games that we've had before, right? We've seen lots of narratively very driven games. We've seen the sort of Souls-like games win. It would be nice to see a platformer that's a celebration and a love letter to PlayStation, right? It's a very well constructed game, from the mechanics of the game to the story to the gameplay. Everything of that game is great. I don't understand why a game like Balatro has been nominated. Right.
Yeah, neither do I.
Right. Especially when we've had Helldivers 2 this year, which I was surprised to not see get Game of the Year. I think that's probably due to a lot of the backlash that they faced with their server issues, etc. Zelda, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, I was very surprised to not see that. And even though I've not played it, based off of the success of this game, Stellar Blade.
Yeah, I'm looking at the releases this year. Prince of Persia, Lost Crown.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere.
Another platformer.
Yeah, Ubisoft, terrible company, but great for bringing out Prince of Persia and then, canning it afterwards.
A new Outlaws wasn't going to get a look in this year, to be fair.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I knew that wasn't going to get it. Helldivers 2. There's so many games that have came out. It really feels like they've really scraped the barrel of, like a card game. Why? Sons of the Forest. That's a PC game, obviously. I'm just having a look on here.
It's a bit of a shame. I think it's been a real shame this year. I knew, 2024 has not been the most significant year for games ever. But I think that and the only reason I think Metaphor and Balatro probably didn't got the nomination as well is because Helldivers and Stellar Blade are exclusive games, and we've already got 3 on the list that are, PlayStation exclusive. Astrobot, Black Myth, and Final Fantasy. They're all obviously PlayStation exclusive games.
But that's not the Game Awards' fault that they don't, that Xbox don't bring out exclusive good games.
Or Nintendo. Well,
you know what I mean?
The fact that Nintendo haven't even had a look in this year. I mean, they have with other categories, like Zelda has been nominated in other categories, but I'm surprised Zelda didn't get a nomination. I really am.
Yeah.
It got really good reviews. It's a really fun game. I don't know. I think it's very clear the way gaming is going. They want it to be these very narratively driven, all the Souls-like games. I don't know. I'm just disappointed.
Did that new Mario game come out this year?
Brothership.
No, the Wonderland.
No, because that was nominated last year. Super Mario.
Was it last year? Okay, I'm just
nominated.
spitballing.
We've had Like a Dragon. Obviously, that is nominated in another category. What else?
Concord.
Could you?
That should get Game of the Year for like the shortest released ever.
I guess the only actual Xbox game that came out this year was Hellblade 2.
Yeah, pass.
Surprised it didn't get a look in, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think it's a very good year.
It's not, to be honest. It really isn't. I'm looking at them now and I'm just trying to sort of find something that's. I think I agree with you in the sense of like, I do agree that Astro should get it. I also think that Black Myth should get it because it's one of the few instances in gaming where the hype has actually lived up to it. Where everybody's gone, it don't look like that. No, it don't look like that. Well, actually, it does look like that, and it plays really well, and it is really good, and a whole team are behind it, working on it, and it's sold phenomenally, and credit to them, which I think will go in Black Myth's favour.
I think as well.
But I want Astro to win.
Quite a smart move for Black Myth as well is that they did it was an entirely digital release. They didn't do any physical release, so they didn't have to spend a lot of money on the distribution side of things because it's a digital file, right? So yeah, I think they've had a really good year. It would be nice to see a game like that. I want Astrobot to win, right? I've not had that much fun playing a game for a mighty long time. Every aspect of that game has been so fun. Like it's just like we talked about it last week. We don't need to go into it again. I wouldn't mind seeing. I won't be upset if Black Myth Wukong wins because, yeah, bit of a sleeper hit. Even though it had a lot of hype around it, felt like a bit of a sleeper hit. Came out of nowhere, sort of, and just swept and did really well. For it to then be nominated against Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, fine, a very successful DLC. Maybe it is a brand new game, but it's not. You still need the base game in order to play it, right? That's a fact, right? That's like last year, God of War Ragnarok Valhalla getting nominated, and everyone would be
Or,
like, "Well,
or Blood and Wine, Witcher, Blood and Wine,
yeah,
a phenomenal DLC according to some people. I'm not a Witcher fan, but you know, it's still a DLC. You still need the base game to play it.
yeah,
You can't play it on its own, and you have to be a certain level to get there to do that. And
yeah."
yeah,
For them to change the rules this year so that it could get nominated kind of tells you it's going to go one way, even though it is a community-based vote. I imagine there are a board that still kind of vote as well. Imagine it's half public vote and half sort of a board. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That vote for them as well. Yeah, disappointing year. It's really put into perspective this year how kind of disappointing gaming has been this year. It is a shame to see that it's all kind of been pushed to next year. I don't know. I don't know why that was. This year would have been the real best year to sort of capitalize on bringing out a big title, right? I don't know why everyone went 2025.
Everybody and their partners, cousins, whatever, needs to have brought a game out this year because
Yeah.
GTA 6 is coming out next year, and no matter what game you are, I don't care what publisher you are, there isn't a game that is going to compete with GTA 6 next year. So as soon as that drops, say they go, oh, it's coming out in November. Every Assassin's Creed, every Microsoft Fable, no matter what it is, will be January, February, March, April, May. They'll all come out in that quick succession, and our wallets will be smashed to pieces because that game will come out and it will clean up for the next 2025, 2026, for the next decade. And
yeah, and sadly, yeah.
This should have been the year for that. You needed to bring out all your bangers this year, pushing Assassin's Creed to next year. All right, cheers.
Yeah, I mean, as well with Nintendo, I think Nintendo having not even announced a new console yet, it stresses me out. Like, this year really would have been a year to capitalize, even for Nintendo. Not that they need to, that we talked earlier off air about some of the best consoles of all time, and Nintendo out of a top 10 have five. I think they have 5 of the top spots, right? So they're not short of being a successful company, and we all know that. But this would have been a good year for them to really capitalize on sort of announcing a new console if they'd have done it earlier in the year, and maybe bring out something now, just in time for Christmas. I think because next year, like you said, people will be playing GTA. Right, next year could potentially be the year for PlayStation. You've got Ghosts of Yota. You've got GTA 6 coming out. You've got, I don't even know what else. God, there's so many things coming out next year. But then Xbox as well, they've got Fable coming out. They've got South of Midnight coming out.
Yeah.
There's some bangers next year. There is some bangers next year. I don't get why we haven't had anything this year. It's like every gaming company totally wrote off 24. I don't get it. What do you think?
Yeah.
That's
I agree with you. We should have had something. I mean, even like as I said, like with GTA coming out next year, Switch won't be affected. Like if there's Switch 2 and they said, "Oh, we're making Metroid Prime 4 or 5, can't remember which one it is."
Oh, that comes out next year as well, Metroid Prime, and the new Pokemon game.
We're doing a new Pokemon. We're doing a new, all these Switch 2 exclusives that are all motion controlled and they all look as great as Xbox Series S. And I'm like, yeah, sweet, cool, awesome, bang it on there, great, love it. That they'll be in their league of their own because you'll get your people who are Switch people who are not your GTA people, and if they are the GTA people, they'll also have a PlayStation or an Xbox in the house. Yeah, definitely think that the next year will be the year for PlayStation because they've got exclusive rights to market GTA 6.
Yeah, I remember you saying that to me, actually.
So they'll clean up consoles, and that'll be the time when the PS4 Pro comes into its own, where people are like, oh, actually, I can play PS5 Pro. Sorry. I can play GTA 6 in horrific 8K. Great, I'll get a PS5 Pro, and it can have thicker crowds in the background.
I'm sure it won't be that much different to just playing it on the standard PS5.
Yeah, the peasants at IGN did a review of the PS5 Pro, the PS5, the PS5.
The peasants at IGN. Yeah, we're not a lover of them here.
They did a test and he was like, I've been playing a PS5 Pro and a PS5, normal PS5, for like, I think it was like a day or a week, I can't remember what it was, and he was like, he thought he'd been playing the PS5 Pro to begin with, and it turns out he'd been playing the PS5, and he was like,
There you
really?
go.
Yeah, I was like, there you go, £700 for nothing. So
There you go.
great, awesome, But yeah, I think PS5 is going to clean up next year. I think there's going to be a lot more announcements and a lot more traction with different things. Like we got Death Stranding 2 coming, but I don't know if that's coming next year or the year.
That is next year as well. That's another PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, ridiculously looking already. My brother's playing the first one because the Shadow dropped it on Xbox. Because Xbox needed a win. It says it's a 10 out of 10
it's out
game.
on Xbox.
Yeah, it got Shadow dropped the other day.
I didn't know that. Yeah, well, I guess that's why.
Yeah, it was Kojima's. It was Death Stranding's like 5th birthday or something, and Kojima went, "It's now available on Xbox." Bosh. And my brother's been playing it. He says it's a 10 out of 10 game, and I was like, I know, it's a very good game.
Yeah, I probably should play it at some point.
Have you not played it?
I haven't. I haven't.
I know, but it's been a while. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you want a game to play, it's on the PlayStation Network. The director's PlayStation Store. It's director's cut. Get all over it.
Get all over it. I probably will. Obviously, Assassin's Creed Shadows got pushed to next year, which I don't really know why.
It's gonna be
I don't know what they thought would happen there. Like,
I get they want to make a valiant attempt at a game, but
but they're now going to be releasing probably very similarly around time to Ghost of Yotai, and no one's going to buy AC Shadows. No one. I mean,
I will buy AC Shadows as a palate cleanser for Yotai.
Yeah. I kind of did the same with Valhalla for God of War. That's kind of what ended up happening with that when I played that. I was like, oh, I have this real need for the Norse mythology. I'll play Valhalla. And, what's his name? Odin is in it quite frequently in the story, to be fair. But it's not exactly it's not like quite the same scale. But I think the Game Awards this year really put into perspective that we have just not got a good awards this time. We've had a really bang average year.
I haven't done it on this episode yet, so I'll do it now. Devil's Advocate, tinfoil hat.
Okay, here we go.
For the dog shit that we've got as nominations and just the Game Awards in general, do you think we will get more announcements and possibly a new GTA 6 trailer?
At the awards? I mean, it would have been, by the time we've had the awards.
It's been a year.
Well, yeah, because I remember last year we did our episode about the awards and GTA 6 trailer dropping when it got leaked.
It's been
I can't believe that's been nearly a year already. That is insanity, isn't it? Jesus.
It is.
I mean, it would be nice to see something new from that game. They kind of dropped that trailer a year ago, and we've had nothing since.
But you can just rewatch it and just be like, oh, can't wait.
Yeah, but
can't wait.
It's not the same, is it? I need, we need something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. To be fair, games?
I recently rewatched the Fable trailer, just for like hints of like, oh, what's the game going to look like, and then had like a thought of like, I should do Fable 1, 2, and 3 again because I'm a sadist. And I was like, no, I want to play a new Fable. I want a new 2024, 2025 graphics. Yeah, so I think we'll get announcements. I think we'll get stuff that'll be like, oh, this is coming out. This is gameplay for this. This is gameplay for that. Because he's good as that. Oh, Jeffy Keighley. He is good for getting stuff out, but he is very biased with certain stuff. So I will say Kojima will be there with something Death Stranding, Fizzant.
He loves it though, doesn't he? He's always there.
He loves a bit of Kojima. Yeah. But in terms of announcements, I think we'll get some good announcements. I'm hoping so because we've got some crap nominations. And
from Astrobot.
Some Astrobot's amazing.
Up the bot.
And Black Myth.
I just said up the bot and went, hang on. Oh, we're keeping that in. We're keeping that in. Yeah. One of the other categories as well I wanted to touch about is the adaptation one. Obviously,
Okay.
the ones that are games that have been converted into something else. So we've got Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, and then The Legend of Lara Croft. My
Is Like a
money.
Dragon? Is Like a Dragon an actual thing? Because I thought it was just like a
See,
made
I
up
didn't
like
know that
advert.
they'd made a show about this, but yes,
I
it's on
didn't. I thought it was like
Amazon.
an advert.
No, it's an Amazon thing.
Oh, all right.
I
I'll
have to
give it a
check.
go.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen Tomb Raider, Fallout, and Arcane. Oh, I haven't seen the new series of Arcane yet, to be fair. Where do you think that's going to fall? If I'm being honest, I think it's going to be Fallout.
I think it's gonna be Fallout as well.
Do you know what? Deserved. As much as I would love it to be Tomb Raider, I just really would because I loved it. Fallout, fantastic show. I don't know if we ever were still doing an episode. We were still recording then. Yeah, that isn't part of our break. Fallout, yeah, phenomenal show. Really enjoyed it. Really, really felt like one of the adaptations that were very true to the source material. So I'd be happy to see Fallout win. But yeah, I'd be very surprised if Knuckles won.
Knuckles is not going to win in a month of Sundays. Never in a million years.
The Sonic films are like really revered. Like
they're great.
Like they've got such a following. People love them.
I like the Sonic films. I like the first one. I like the second one. Second one's a bit more kiddified, but it is funny in parts. And Jim Carrey's just awesome. I do think it's not got a hope in hell of winning. I am excited for the new, Shadow the Hedgehog, Keanu Reeves. Big up, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But I think, like you said, they understood the source material. They, looked at the previous catalog. Where it's going. It's going to go to New Vegas next, which is great. Big, tentpole. Not a huge New Vegas fan. Apparently, everybody thinks it's the best one ever. But
I mean, it is fantastic. You are mental for having not played.
Yeah, but I played Fallout 3 and then played Fallout 4. I barely touched New Vegas, in all honesty. Obviously,
you have missed
I know
out.
It's got its following.
I actually love Fallout 3, but I do think New Vegas is better. But Fallout 3 is my favourite, but New Vegas is better.
Yeah. So I think it's I think it's definitely going to be Fallout. In terms of, was Last of Us in that list? No, Last of Us wasn't in that list.
That was last.
No, Arcane. Off air. Well, I've watched the new season. I'm on.
Well, you got 3 episodes left.
Yeah, I've done the second arc. The second arc is way better than the first arc, and I think it's deserved sort of being nominated. I don't think it's good enough to win. I think it's one of those shows that's very much like Last of Us, has all this pomp around it, like, oh, it's Arcane, cost 250 million to make, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not that good. Like, it's all right, but it's not. I'm not like
first
Jesus.
Season is phenomenal.
The first season's great. Yes, the second season, I'm just like, all right, let's just get through this. And that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna watch it all when it comes out next week.
I had the hype of the first season, and I think I had more of a better hype of the first season because I watched it in a wonder, because I watched it years after it came out. I didn't have to wait for it, and I should have watched the season again. In terms of anything else, Like a Dragon, I thought that was a TV advert that came out. I didn't know it was a fully fledged series.
There you go. And then Tomb Raider: Legend of Lara Croft.
Yeah, I have thought about doing the Yakuza games or Like a Dragon games. They went Yakuza and then changed to Like a Dragon. I thought about doing them all in because the Kiwami ones are like remakes of the first few games, so you can play them all as like 2024 standard games. And I'm thought about doing it, and then they took them off the store. God damn you, PlayStation! And then Tomb Raider. I've watched the first episode of Tomb Raider and just not had the energy to go back to it. You say it's very good. Easy.
And then when I often say to you that a show is good, Joshua, how often am I wrong? Because I've told you many times to watch Arcane. I told you to watch Fallout. I can't think of anything else, but I know there's other things that I've told you to watch.
There's just loads of interference. I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, static suddenly. It's all right.
Yeah.
We're recording. I'll have the proof.
Yeah.
I'll have the proof that we said it. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Like it's great. It's actually really good. You know, it's high action. There's an episode that I watched it went. I literally watched it went. Josh should love every second of this. It's like the third episode. I went. Honestly, Josh would be losing his mind right now. You would. You just would. It's good. It's got good reviews. People really enjoyed it. Acolyte. That's another one I told you to watch, and you went, nah, I would hate that. And you watched it and went, that's unreal. So, honestly, I'm 3 for 3 on good shows recommendations right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe just take my word for it.
I can only apologise. It's more static. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I can see visually this is hurting your soul as we do this. But I think the Game Awards, it will be great. I will watch it. I look forward to seeing who wins. I will be praying for Astrobot. I have voted for it, so I've earned my right to moan about it when we do discuss that on an episode. It has been an eye-opener for how very little there has been this year. It is sad that that's been the case. And I'm also upset about a few snubs, like Helldivers. I'm upset about that. And Legend of Zelda. 2 good games. But,
I'm not upset about that.
Well, again, Josh, if you tried it, you might like it. You're just being a fass. No. Well, do you know what? That's all I've really got to say on the matter. Do you have any other thoughts?
No thoughts from me, Captain.
Yeah, he never does. Bye.